Okay, what's up everyone? Good to have you here. Welcome. It is time for the Sunday altcoin Elliott wave stream. Now, if you've never been here and you never experienced how we organize an altcoin Elliott wave stream, then let me take you along the couple of steps that we have. So first of all, I have a very big list with altcoins, and what we do is you're going to vote. So you have the opportunity to vote for all the alts you like to see, and then eventually the ones that are top voted will get analyzed first. Usually it's either top 3 or top 5, and all the others go into the Wheel of Fortune, and then also some of the random ones or lower voted ones have an opportunity to be analyzed. So give me music, Sarega Maka. I'll just call it Maka. Name Hake Bones, welcome, good to have you here. So what I have to do actually quickly is open up my my notes because I have the list with, oh, that's the wrong one. I have the list with hello. There you go. I have the list with all the alts on my PC here. Come up, okay, there we go. And then what I do is I'm going to go to straw poll. Now, if you do not see your alt in the list or your stock or whatever, you can also mention a stock if you want, or it doesn't matter. But what do we analyze? It's of course called altcoin stream because most often altcoins are requested. Now I have many alts, right? It's a very big list over here. So if you do not find your alt in this list, then let me know in chat and I'll add it. Okay, so you can still vote for it. Okay, there we go. So you can have, it's multiple choice. Maybe I have to write that here. Multiple choice. Okay, we create the poll. Get the link. There we go. Okay. So you'll have some time to vote. Vote. For alts. So you have one vote, but you can select multiple. Okay. There we go. So I'll just give you some minutes. Again, if you do not find your alt, stock, commodity, whatever, right? We call it altcoin stream, but you can also ask for others. Just let me know. I'll put it in the list. Please Control F first to try and find it in the list, of course. And if there's enough votes, then yeah, it has the possibility, the potential to be analyzed, of course. So I don't know if DXY is it in? No, DXY is not in, so I'll add DXY, or I'll add it. There we go. DXY. I'll also I will make sure to put it in my private list as well. Where is it opening? Okay, there. There we go. Trending views, fam, name it's a pleasure. Welcome, guys. Okay, so make sure to vote. Now, it's early morning. America's still asleep. Europe, of course, awake. Hopefully already had breakfast. And Asia is in the middle of their day. So I do expect less people here than the usual. Because of the time of the stream. Usually we stream later today, but later today is a Formula 1 and I'll be watching with my friends. So I'll be meeting up with my friends, chilling, probably be there during the evening as well. So I don't think there'll be an evening update because I'll still have to travel back from my friends. So I'll just refresh the page multiple times. It's interesting that Sol is first because I'm literally going to be done with Sol on the 1 hour time frame in 2 seconds. Someone requested Sol yesterday. I had a quick look, 2 seconds on the chart, knew the probabilities. I went out again. That's an easy one. Joel, welcome. Good to have you here. Make sure to vote if you enter. It's altcoin stream today. If you cannot find your altcoin in the list, make sure to write it here in chat and I'll add it. But please first Control F so that you can check if your alt is in the list. You have one vote, but you have multiple choice. So make sure to make the best of it. Tawan Rat from Thailand. Welcome. Good to have you here. Been to Thailand once. With. Okay. Well, let's see. I think. Okay. It is not in the chart. With. So we're going to add that one then. There you go. Whoa, look at Thailand coming in hot, Job. Budaba, meditation. Welcome. Good to have you here. Welcome, guys, from Thailand. Yeah, other side of the world. I was in Thailand in 2020 what? Must have been before the pandemic, I believe. 19. I was there for an esports event. It was quite fun. And I actually managed to win a gaming event there. And my present was chopsticks. Like special chopsticks that are, I don't know what kind of material it's made of, but if your food is not good anymore, right, it's overdue, the chopsticks will show a certain coloring on the stick that lets you know the food is not good. I won a virtual reality arch or how do you call it, like bow competition. That was fun though. So let me also put the 886 on here. So make sure to vote. I'm just refreshing the vote a couple of times. So we'll have a look at the first couple of highest voted coins, and then we put the rest in the Wheel of Fortune so that also the lower voted ones have an opportunity. Tia Doge, so they're of course in here. So preferably only the voted ones go into the Wheel of Fortune. But if I do I actually wonder, I'm gonna quickly check something. If I go to the Wheel of Names, if I do this, yeah, I do get the votes in here as well. I see, yeah. Solana, yo. Solana popular, eh? How come? Brett, is Brett not in? Brett is already in. Guys, make sure to first Control F. You got to click the link, Control F, look for your alts, vote for your alt, right? You can select multiple. It's multiple choice. So, but make sure to look for yourself first. And then if you cannot find your alt, make sure to let me know. Or your stock or commodity. Maybe I have to do a stock stream sometime or a commodity stream sometime as well. But of course, with regards to the topic of the channel, which is Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, it's by far most requested to do alts. I love Bitcoin. Me too, though. I only trade Bitcoin. So yeah. Actually, so in the video this morning, I actually didn't talk about CVD, but just to show you, CVD is doing this. But locally, we also have a bit of bear, so that's why I didn't really want to. What's more interesting is the fibs and the 886 compared to the CVD. Yeah, we have bullish CVDs, but yeah. I wouldn't mind seeing to reach the fibs and then look for a bounce. I'm still very interested to look for a bounce in this area if we get it. It's like it's just price doesn't repeat, but it does rhyme. So guys, make sure to vote, right? But over here we had the same. So we had a first structure to the upside here, and then price went sideways for a very long time. So what you do is you pull your fib from this low to this high, right? And then you see we didn't touch the 382, didn't touch the 382, didn't touch the 382. And then eventually we went down and we got into this area, but immediately went to the 886 on high volume, increasing probabilities to take the low. But we were waiting and looking for price to come down instead of escaping away from the low and just move, because we didn't actually retrace into the fib area, which is very rare that it happens. So we're looking for that retracement. Eventually we got it, and we got more than we were even looking for, because price continued down. But that's what we're looking for, right? Price doesn't repeat, but it does, of course, rhyme. It doesn't have to continue to the downside. The context is different. We already had a bigger move down now, but it would be nice to at least look for some support in this area at some given moment. 2 point of controls here as well. Now, what are you doing with the voting, guys? How's it going? I think we're pretty much done with the voting. With it's a beautiful place. Yeah, it's a beautiful place. I love Thailand. Okay. Seems like we're gonna do Sol today. I'm literally done with that chart. Give me 2 seconds, and I'm done with the analysis on a 1 minute, or sorry, 1 hour. I already know the 1 hour probabilities. Yunfi, Zeus, etc. Okay. Gotta add them to with Yunfi, Zeus, etc. Save changes. Wow, look at you go, eh? Oh, well, we need the Wheel of Fortune later. So, the Philippines, yeah, never been there yet, but I do know someone that lives in the Philippines. And I've met him multiple times, actually, during the Global Esports World Championships every year in December. He has a wife from the Philippines. And so he built a house there and lives there with his wife and kid. He's traveling a lot, but he's that's his home. His home base is the Philippines. Okay, so I think we spend enough time here, no? So where in the Philippines? I would need to check. I got his address somewhere, but I don't know which island out of my head. So it's a contact, like a business contact. I do have a picture with him, but I don't have his. I forgot his island. But yeah, he lives there. He has he has a Filipino wife and he has a kid. And for the first time, they were going to the beach and that sort of stuff. But I wouldn't really be able to tell you. I would need to check our history. So okay, anyway, let's go to Solana, shall we? I wonder why. It's very requested. So let me be, so we can be very short here. Probabilities on Sol are higher to take the low. And that is because of the 886. So this is what happened yesterday. So yesterday, someone came in, like I got a couple of questions, can you analyze Sol? So I opened the chart. You don't need any TA. This retracement is so deep, which triggers the 886 probabilities. So you just do this 886. Doesn't even matter if you take this high or that high. It's not really going to change anything. So you touch the 886 there, which automatically increases probabilities to still take out that low. And yeah, that's actually it. Now, of course, we'll at least look at the daily and stuff as well. But just so you know, that's 1 hour probabilities for you. Okay, ranging in between the value area of the previous all-time high range. We have a point of control at 100. Would be a nice area to backtest, no? 100. Oh wait, I need to write down the time. 20 minutes. Pen. Okay, so on Solana, right? Let's have a look. We have a couple of waves here. 1, 2. This is, of course, your most bullish scenario. 2 is already finished. In between a 618, 121 FIB time of 1, which is nice. 05, perfectly fine for a wave 2 as well. Your most bearish scenario would be an ABC, but as you can see, wave B touched the 886, taken from the high to the low of A, increasing the probabilities to sooner or later take out this high. Now, what is quite common after an 886 touch is for price to move to the golden pocket, so that is not something we can disregard. It's between 80 and 69, 80 and 70 pretty much. But nonetheless, probabilities are high to still take all-time high on Solana sooner or later, even if you do move down in the most bearish scenario, which doesn't have the highest probability at the moment. The probabilities are high to sooner or later take all-time high. This is all old stuff. And then we get to the two scenarios I keep an eye on. So bullish scenario is here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then look for another 4, 5. So by all means, we at least look for one more push to the upside. Also, of course, take all-time high. Common target, we're looking for wave 4s here. We actually did not hit the common target area for a wave 4 yet, which is between 116 and 60, which of course is quite a big area on the chart, but we do have the point of control at 100, which is important. And then all the way down at 60, we have another support box, but preferably, of course, in a more bullish environment, the area between the 236 and the 382 is gonna hold with the point of control in the previous range that we have here, right? So preferably you don't really want to change the market structure and move below this previous range. But yeah, this is what we're looking for, at least looking for one more move towards the upside, right? And then take it from there. Now in the bearish scenario, you're looking for an ABC where you have a finish C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What lowers the probabilities here is that your wave 4 is shorter than your 2. Most commonly in an impulse, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 is longer in time than a wave 2, right? That has the highest probabilities by far. It's by far most common, so it does lower the probabilities for an ABC compared to the bullish scenario, which means probabilities are higher on the weekly to still look for higher. However, probabilities on the 1 hour are higher to still look for lower prices because we touched the 886 taken from the low to the high, or even that high. It doesn't even matter because you touched the 886 in both cases. 886 is a rare target for a wave 2 in case we're thinking about a 1, 2 and then a wave 3 towards the upside. 886, rare for 2, common for B or wave X, increasing probabilities any move up is corrective in C or Y, increasing the probabilities to sooner or later take out the low. So yeah, that is that pretty much. Locally, what do we have here? So also what supports the bullish case is the 3 wavy structure we have towards the downside. We did take the low. Arguably there's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in here. Let's have a look. Nope. Didn't touch the golden pocket. That's of course positive. Very ranging start. 1, 2, 3. I mean, it just adds to the probabilities of sooner or later taking out this low. Would be nice for a wave 5 to still look for a little bit lower prices actually. But if this is, that's the thing. It doesn't really matter what we have here. If this is your low and you look for bullish continuation, there's only one of 3 structures you need to keep in mind. An impulse, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wave 4 went too deep. Double 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 continuation, but your second wave 2 went below your first, or your second wave 1, 1, 2, 1, 2 continuation. Invalidation is the low. We took the low. And then we have a diagonal, but it's too early to call diagonals because this is only a wave 2. you only really want to start looking for diagonals when you have a wave 4, which is not the case. So the probabilities are also higher on a 4-hour time frame to still take out the low. That is over here. Because the probabilities are higher, this is a 3-wave corrective structure, which increases probabilities to, well, let's be a bit more mild, but nonetheless, because this is very much a 3-wave structure, higher probabilities. This is a 3-waver, probabilities are higher to take the low, or at least continue this range for a longer time. But probabilities are higher to take the low than taking the high here at the moment, with the price action that we have now. So yeah, that's that. That's Solana. I do like Solana, I gotta say, because it's very clear. It's very good price action. It has very clear defined structures. Very, very clear moves. It's easy to read from an Elliott wave point of view, and it had a great move to the upside as well, right? Let me do a quick refresh. So Sol was on 1, nothing changed. Okay, so we go to near. Let's see if I actually have near. Yes. Patrick, welcome. Good to have you here again after yesterday. Satoshi, welcome. Try visit the Philippines. Yeah, one day. Day 1. Tsunamis in the Philippines. Yeah, you got to time it well, no? Will watching in Cebu. Yeah, you got a nice place to enjoy the land of smile. Is that how you call Thailand? The land of smile? That's a nice one. We are the land of cheese. I don't know about like how positive that is. We got good cheese though. But yeah, Thailand. I've had a great time there once. M pattern on Solana. Yeah, but then of course still you preferably actually wig the lows of the M in that case. Did we finish the poll? I just refresh a couple of times still. But yeah, B channel, what's up? How you doing, Patrick? Elliott Wave Dictionary. Oh, it's not a bad idea, actually. Did you know? So I wrote a book, by the way. Not many people know it because it's a Dutch book. But so I wrote a book here. It's called My Gaming Child in Dutch. Because that's my background, is the gaming and esports industry. I've helped parents with gaming children for like 8 years and wrote a book, sold very well in the Netherlands. And we actually have a list at the end of the book with like all the terminology from like the gaming industry for parents. So they know like solo, spawning, squad, sub, subscribers, tilting, VR. Like we got that in the book. So it's actually interesting that you mentioned this because yeah, we could do the same for like Elliott waves, of course, not necessarily in a book, but at least make a list with terminologies. It's not a bad idea. It's a good idea. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's not necessarily annoying. It's just misunderstanding. It's not the fault of the kid nor the parent. It's the gap that's created where the parents usually. Now we don't get into this. Let's continue with the analysis. I've been speaking for Paris for 7 years now. Help parents with gaming children for about 7 to 8 years now, or 8. So yeah, I've been a professional gamer before that. So I had struggles with my mom, which is eventually the reason why I got into that business, which is my own business. Anyway, on near, interesting. I have a confluence. Oh wait, time. I need to write down the time because of the timestamps. 30 minutes, perfect. So we have near is 30. I can talk a lot about the gaming and esports industry because that's my background. You know, like I'm breathing and living that industry for 18 years now. So I know that's my thing. Anyway, near. Interesting. So as you can see, I actually don't have Elliott wave counts, but I do have a confluence folder. And we rejected a very simple support resistance area, of course, here. But we have a bit more resistance actually above price and a bit more support below price. So interesting, we're a little bit in the middle of nowhere with regards to very strong support or resistance. This is the weekly time frame, so let's zoom in. I know why we don't have a count here. It was because of this structure. Now let's look a little bit more locally. So I don't actually on near want to analyze the weekly because of the start of the structure. The daily here is much more interesting. So okay, here also we touched an 886. So this low here, low probabilities, this is the end of a three-wave corrective structure, and this is a 1, 2, and 3, because for a wave 2, the 886, and I purposely pulled it to a lower high, right, which makes it an even safer thing. I can even do one lower high again. 886 touched, rare for 2, common for BRX, increasing probabilities to take out that low at some point. Now the first move down is very much a three-wave structure, right? Very much a three-wave move to the downside, and then we move back up. So there you go again, right? It's the same story. The very bearish scenarios, if we want to be very bearish, there's only one of three structures you need to find. An impulse, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We never got a 4 or a 5. Double 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Nope. Or a diagonal, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but we need at least a wave 4. And we are not even at a finished 3 because it has to move below your 1. Higher probabilities that this is corrective, increasing probabilities for near to still continue the trend on a weekly time frame towards the upside. Now you do have important support to the downside as shown, so that is interesting. 354 to 324 includes the point of control of this range here, and then 28, right, 27 to 8 is interesting as well. So the probabilities are higher on near from a weekly time frame, right, to still move up and take the high, but because price moved down and hit the 886, the probabilities are higher to either continue ranging as a bare minimum or take out this low. Because the probabilities are low, this is impulsive. The only way you can end a structure, by the way, at an 886 is an WXY. So for the sake of explanation, this is uncommon, right? So the probabilities are not in favor, but it is something we have to be aware of. If you have a W, let me just sign. So if we have a W, X, and then a Y in a sideways double combo, your wave Y does not have to take the low of W. So it is possible, and it does happen sometimes, it's still uncommon / rare for a wave Y to not take the low of W, but it can happen that a wave Y does not take the low of W. You hit the 886 and you move up. But for probabilities to increase that an 886 is the low of your corrective structure, the end of your corrective structure, you need to see local proof, right? From a trader's perspective, Elliott wave trading perspective, it makes absolutely zero sense to look for a swing trade on top of an 886. But if locally, on the very low time frames, you start to create a bit of a 5-wave impulsive structure, retracement, you see some other signs, whatever tools that you like to use, it might be interesting to at least look for a bounce, right? We might still do this. Remember that after an 886 touch, price very often moves towards the golden pocket, which tada happened, right? But just be aware that the probabilities are not in favor of an 886 to be the end of a corrective structure. On Bitcoin, there is only one that I always remember, which was when that intern on some random news website pressed the button, price spiked to the upside, then came down, and we formed a range at about, I think it was like 28K or something, right? And that is where we actually had a wave Y and then move up with an 886 touch, but it's very uncommon. That's of course already many months ago. So that's your near analysis. You know, we don't really need to do anything more on near. Because that's it. So let's have a look. We did Sol, we did near, and then we have ETH here. 36. Problem for the timestamps. So B channel, how you doing, man? Yes, it is the land of smiles. I like that one. CDM's welcome. Make sure to vote, right? The land of beer, pretzel, and the euros. Oh wait, my phone. Wait, I get calls. Oh, it's my wife. 1 second. Okay, we back. Sorry. When the wifey calls, hey, when the wifey calls, you pick up. You know, you gotta pick up. Gotta pick up. Okay. So let's go to ETH. Huh? ETH is here. Also an 886, no? Yeah. Okay, there you go. Probabilities on ETH are higher to still continue the trend to the upside. End of the analysis. No. But that is the probabilities locally. So any move down now has a higher probability of being corrective on ETH, either C or Y, increasing probabilities to take out the high. As you know, after an 886 touch, probabilities are quite high to move towards the golden pocket. Guess what? Very nice. Confluences. Oh, we actually hit the box. It also looks like I haven't updated it for a very long time, actually. Let me remove this. It's very messy. Ah, we have a double 886. So locally 886 touch, but also we touch the higher degree 886 from the high to the low, all-time high to the low. So gotta keep an eye on the golden pocket. Okay, that is actually important. M gap low. M gap low. Let me have a look what we. Okay, so this is the I'll remove it, clean up the chart. But this is interesting support, of course, also from a range trading perspective. Now we hit the box, so we hit the resistance. We pretty much hit the daily. It's irrelevant now, so we can remove that. We hit the 886. Okay. We have, of course, a weekly level down here now. But honestly, if you go down this far, just take the low. You know, doesn't really. Oh, we also have a monthly level down here. Let's have a look how far that monthly level is from a fib perspective. 786. Yeah, 786 is still a target. At least it's a. I prefer to keep the monthly on the chart. If you move down to the weekly, just take the low. You know. Point of control, support, resistance, flip area important. Point of control of this whole range here of 2021, right, and early 2022. Gotta move that in here. Quickly have a look at my folders. Macro. Oh, that's finished. Up. Bearish scenario, WXY, ABC. Okay, this now has lower probabilities. So the probabilities are low for even for a bearish scenario that your wave Y and C are in, because price has touched the 886 here. So if you do want to look for a very big move down, preferably you're looking for a wave 1, 2, and then a wave 3. But the fact that we'll hit the 886 locally, right, as explained, taken from the high to the low, 886, rare for a wave 2, common for a wave B or a wave X, increasing probabilities a move down is a wave C or Y, increasing probabilities to move up and take the highs. So, yeah. So even in the bearish scenario, you are still expecting at least one more high as a bare minimum. Yep. And in the impulsive scenario, we just look for continuation. So I mean that's pretty much it, no? We do have of course a bit of an interesting structure in the middle of the move here. Looking at the volume, it's not. It's picking up. It went down here as we were ranging, but then price moves up. Volume is moving up. Currently, the highest amount of volume is in the high. So, from an Elliott wave perspective, the highest volume in the high at the moment, you want this to be part of a wave 3, no? 3 and then look for a 4 and a 5. Oh, because it is very rare for any other wave in an impulse to have the highest volume, right? If you have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, by far most common is the highest volume in wave 3. So because the volume in this structure up here is highest in the high, you want this to be part of your wave 3. It might not be a finished wave 3, right? We can still move up and the volume is increasing. But what it means is you're going to be looking for at least 4 5s. And of course, you can have 1, 2, 1, 2 and more 1, 2s and get an even bigger move up. But by all means, it's all the same. It's all the same. You're going to move for, you're going to look for price to move up. So on ETH looks perfectly fine to, on the weekly, take out this high here. Probability is also high to take out the all-time high. Because of the 886 touch here, 886 touch here, any move down, high probabilities to be corrective. It is interesting, not gonna lie, it is interesting to move to the golden pocket, but that's interesting. We need some local proof for that to happen, right? Just an interesting area of support. And at the moment, we are, wow, look at this move up. What goes up very quick can go down very quick as well, by the way. So that's interesting. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. Oh, there is the possibility for an impulsive structure, and we have a wick low. Yeah, there is the possibility here for 1, 2, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, or 4, 5. Doesn't really matter. And then 5. And there is the possibility for a 5 waver here to look for deeper prices. There is not much structural support here because you got this massive move up. And this is the thing with gaps, of course. We now close candles in the gap. So it does increase the probabilities to fill the gap. Volume profile. Oh, we're below the point of control as well. Pop, tick, tick. Yeah, we also lost the point of control as well. No, you're in the gap, closed candles in the gap, lost the point of control. It's not looking too great, no, locally. I mean, yeah. Shorts are more interesting than longs at that point. Pop, locally. 1, 2, 3, 4. ABC, W. Oh, wait. 1, 2, 1, 2. 5, 4, 5. Very long ranging structure. I don't really want to be involved too much on the lower time frames here. We wick the low. 1, 2, so that highest volume in this move up, also most impulsive. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. Yeah, there is the possibility for a 5 waver up. Hit the golden pocket, common target for any structure, including a 2. Sharp move down and then very sideways, which of course is very long by now. Yeah, very long. But yeah, as long as you are below the point of control of this range, from an Elliott wave point of view, I mean, I talk about point of controls and then I say Elliott wave point of view, but using different sorts of analysis, as long as you are below that point of control, I mean, it's not bullish. You know, you went up, moved to the value area high, retraced down inside this gap over here, closed candles inside the gap on a 2-hour time frame or 2-day time frame. And I used the 2-day because then the next candle here is red right next to the gap. So you can see the gap, closed candles inside the gap, lost the point of control. It's weakness. It's not strength. It's weakness. So it's not great. But it depends on your plans and strategies. I'm not a financial advisor, but on the weekly time frame, the probabilities are still much higher to continue this trend, right? 886 touch from the high to the low here, 886 touch from the high to the low here, increasing probabilities. Any move down is corrective in a wave C or Y, increasing probabilities to move up and still take the highs at a later stage. And if we do move down, well, we have a monthly here, we have the golden pocket here. Golden pocket is, of course, a well-known area after an 886 touch. Always interesting to keep an eye on in confluence with the point of control of this structure. Acted as resistance, could become support, and then move. So, but yeah, let's follow local structures. But locally, for now, you're in the gap. You lost the point of control. No sign of strength. No sign of strength. So, yeah. Step by step. Okay. So we did ETH. What's that? DOT. Ah, yeah, DOT. DOT is like the coin that has. So first of all, we expected the move down, so that's good to see. But oh boy, is this coin on the brink of death. So the last time we did analysis on this coin, it has to hold this. You don't want to even move down to the value area low here, 430. Right? You just want to hold this area, man. But yeah, anyway, so price was finding support on the point of control. Very nice support. The moment we came back again, right? It just. We have a high volume move to the downside, ranging forever, not going anywhere, increasing probabilities to take the low, then back to the point of control again. And then we close the weekly candle below the point of control. There's no sign of strength. And we actually, we didn't touch it, but yeah, we at least took the low. So that is good to see. That's very good to see. With regards to the analysis, because the probabilities played out, but of course for DOT, if you don't want DOT to die, this is your low, right? Yeah, man, you don't want to really go below. Like the only thing I would accept is a wick, but if you go below this, yeah, you have a double bottom, only a wick, but then what are we talking about? It needs to be a WXY. DOT is a very ugly chart, so preferably you just want this to be an impulse to the upside. Preferably your 2 is in over here and you start a bigger move up. Look how weak DOT is as well compared to many other alts that have moved to the upside. Let's see, I think the WX. So yeah, this is your bullish scenario. Wherever your wave 1 is, doesn't even really matter. It's about your wave 2. So You don't want to touch the 886 at 4. You want to hold. We're now at the common target area for wave 2, right? There is the possibility to count this move up as an impulse. Absolutely. So, I mean, from a swing trader's perspective, it's mega easy, no? Your invalidation is down here. It's the double bottom. Your area of interest is this box over here where we are now, right? Gotta wait and look for some signs of strength. I mean, we didn't yet hit actually the support box here. Like at least flipping the point of control again is a sign of strength. At least moving back above 641, close a weekly candle above this level, right? Maybe even have a little cheeky retest. But that is a minimum sign of strength. Or hit the box down here and look for signs of strength here locally. At the moment, you just go down. It's also from an Elliott wave point of view, it's not pretty. It's not pretty. The only way to really end a corrective structure here, or still be in a corrective structure, would be a WXY, where you have a W and then X and then Y. But yeah, it also makes me wonder what people still see in DOT if you have coins like Pepe and Beer and what did we like, many others that have just pumped enormous percentages, show very clear structures, compared to DOT. But yeah. Yeah, the only way to have this as a low would be WXY. Or an end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. ADC. Yeah. So yeah, I mean we did the analysis. There's not much to add with DOT. We know the area of interest. If you do move down, only a wick is accepted here. But if you go to this, look, you're gonna make pretty much an all-time low. I don't even consider this candle part of TA. This is just a launch. It's just a random spike. It's came on the market. That's it. This is actually like your low. We pretty much almost made an all-time low in that regard. So, I mean, and if you talk about all-time lows, I mean, you're far, far from being bullish. So, swing trading, mega easy. Area of interest, invalidation. No financial advice, but this coin is it's not looking too great. So signs of strength. We don't even really need Elliott waves because it's simple. You want this to be your low, else you're going to be bearish, else you're going to move to all-time lows. So if this is not your low, so pretty much the only scenario you want to keep an eye on is this. It's a 1-2 and then move up in an impulse, because if this is not it, you're either going to continue while all the other coins are pumping, so there's absolutely zero interest in DOT when all the other coins are pumping thousands of %, or you just go for all-time lows. So yeah, this is a very important time for DOT, and it's a very easy trade for DOT as well, with a very easy invalidation, because all-time lows is just listen to the 3 words, all-time lows. Doesn't sound bullish, does it? So a sign of strength is to flip this point of control back into support at 641. Another sign of strength is moving down to this box and start ranging here as a bare minimum. Sideways price action. Right? The longer you go sideways, the more bullish it becomes, because you're avoiding a continuation, like an impulsive structure down. So, yeah. DOT. Local probabilities played out, so we're not complaining, but you want this to hold. We have the value area low, of course, with the 786 at 430. This would be quite dramatic. of course, that is your final area of support, but your best area is up here, around 5. Yeah. Oh shit! I forgot to write down DOT in the analysis. DOT. When did we start? I guess we started around like what, 45, 48, something like this. ETH DOT. Oh, look at that link. Wow. I opened the chart and the first thing I'm thinking is Bitcoin. Do you remember in Bitcoin we made the high at 65? 65k, moved down, had a very big range, wigged the lows, and then moved up to new all-time highs at 69k. It looks very similar, actually. Nice. I haven't actually checked Link for quite a long time. Thanks, Patrick. Appreciate it, man. Yeah. Like it if you like it. Vote for the Nifty 50. Gotta vote, gotta vote, gotta vote. What's up, Darpan? The move up was caused by the ETF approval. I hope to see you. This is the problem as well. If the move up is supported by such a news thing, like, you know, a very quick move based on news has a big chance to be like 100% retraced. So it's something to keep in mind. Asanov, how are you doing? Yes, Sunday. Sunday is Altcoin Sunday. Jasmine, exactly. Gotta vote. Gotta vote. What's up, Dimith? Land of freedom, land of smiles. So, okay. Well, let's have a look here. Okay. So, I haven't been on this chart for a very long time. It's interesting. Why did it reject here? Out of all places. Doesn't matter though. Bullish. Okay. Yeah. So on this chart, we're pretty much bullish till invalidation as the highest probabilities. As the move to the downside here, clear 3-wave structure, higher probability of this being a 3-wave structure as well over here to the downside, right? So the probabilities are therefore higher on a weekly after a 3-wave move to sooner or later look for all-time highs in the long term. Of course, we made a low here. And because of the impulsivity coming off the low, which counts quite nicely as an impulse, naturally we're looking for impulsive structures. Now, your first bullish scenario is a wave 1 is finished and you look for a retracement in 2. Common target area for 2 is the 05786, 1045 to 667. 302 is a minimum target at 12, which has been hit. And nicely respected. It's actually good to see. Your second scenario is a wave 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Does have a little bit lower probabilities, in my opinion, as wave 4 of a higher degree likes to retrace to the price action of a wave 4 of a lower degree. But moving below, so what I mean to say with that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is a wave 4 inside wave 3, lower degree wave 4 compared to the wide wave 4. But we wick the low of this range. So that is not something you see often. If a wave 4 of a higher degree moves to the price action of a wave 4 of a lower degree, preferably you still hold this low. So I'd say the 1, 2 here, right? Elliott waves, high probability. Now the 382 is an uncommon target for wave 2. Common target is actually a little lower still. But we are still ranging here. We hit the minimum target, so that's all good. Now then zoom in. Structure from the all-time high. Wait, that's not the all-time high. Lol. Structure from the local high has a much higher probability of being a three-wave structure, ending on the highest amount of volume as well, and then move back towards the upside. If this was an impulsive move down in a five-wave structure, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we were looking for another low, right? There we go again. There's only three structures you want to keep an eye on if you want to be very bearish, and that is from the high down, an impulse, double 1, 2, or a diagonal. Impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, invalidated for move too high. Double 1, 2 would be 1, 2, 1, 2, and then a wave 3. I think we hit the 886 in that case. Yeah, we just missed out on hitting that 886. Still lower probabilities, but that is not necessarily now because of the 886, but because your second wave 2 is so incredibly big compared to your first wave 2, but it's a lower degree Elliott wave count because you're looking for 1, 2, 1, 2. Look how big the second 1 and 2 is compared to the first 1 and 2. But the first 1 and 2 is your highest degree Elliott wave count. 1, 2, and then you look for 3, 4, 5 inside wave 3. You then look for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But look at the size, right? So that lowers the probabilities, as preferably in a double 1, 2, you have a 1, 2, and then your next 1, 2s are going to be a little shorter in time price, and then you're going to move very quickly. And then we have a diagonal, but it's too early to call diagonal. So probabilities are highest. This is a three-wave structure, increasing probabilities to sooner or later still move up and take that high. Which is nice because that supports the bullish weekly scenario as well. Now taking a fib from the low to the high, we are currently at the 786. If price touches the 886 at 12.62, it increases probabilities to take out the low. Be mindful that it does happen quite often that after an 886 touch, price moves to the golden pocket first. And also the structure to the upside, of course, looks very three-wave here. So, I mean, we have a little range, but by the way, I gotta quickly so I do have to go at 1 second. Okay, yeah. So, okay, we still have some time. So 786. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we can count the 5-waver in there. 382 touch. So that is nice. So we can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for potential 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a leg, final leg up for a 5. But the problem is the start. So we can have a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a 5. That's no problem. But this is the issue here. So this structure up, arguably preferably, is an A, B, and then a wave C, because we can't count this nicely as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. First of all, 4 is very short. Second, you have overlap between wave 1 and wave 4, so you have to think diagonals, which of course is very ugly. So preferably you're looking for 1, A, B, C, 2, and then another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but then your wave 4 retraced too deep. Yes, so also an impulse to the upside here. It does have low probabilities. From the low, double 1, 2, I mean, we hit the 786, so never say never. But again, if this is your second wave 2, it's a very deep. Oh, we hit the 886, never mind. Low probabilities for a double 1, 2. And then we have a diagonal, but it's too early to call diagonals. So on link, more like short term, I suppose, if we talk about a daily time frame, probabilities would be higher to take the high or at least continue ranging longer. But on a weekly time frame, the probabilities are much higher to take the high. Depends what you trade. Of course, looking for signs of strength, as always, is something that we like to do. Pull a from the start to, let's do there. Hey, and we're below the point of control as well. We're at the value area low, lower end of the range, acted as support. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. And now we're there again. 6 times acting as support. That's crazy. More often you test it, the weaker it becomes. But you are below the point of control. Of course, that's not a sign of strength. So yeah, probability is locally higher to take the low. W, even if we think about it, WXY, then what is the structure we're looking at? Did we hit the 07? Yeah, we did. So we touched the 07. So a double zigzag, if we look for a WXY, double zigzag has low probabilities because we touched the 07 here. So therefore, it makes more sense to, then you're going to label this as either a wave WXY and a sideways double combo, which basically means we're going to continue this range sideways. Yes, you could take the low, but a wave Y and a WXY doesn't have to take the low. But then because W is a zigzag of some sort, your wave Y is not allowed to be a zigzag. So then we have to look for either a flat ABC or a triangle. In other words, continue the range. So then signs of strength will appear at a later stage. We have many days if you go into triangle or flat structures to look for signs of strength and potential entries at a later stage. It's too early for that. So yeah, at the moment, probability is higher to take the low or continue the range, and then we'll take it from there, and then at a later stage we look again. But on the weekly, probabilities are higher to still continue. So, yo, Sardon Dundar, welcome to the bronze team. Cheers. Thanks for the support, man. Welcome. First step of the podium. Yo, guys, who's gonna have the bronze podium during Formula One? I mean, you don't really get a medal well, only the number one gets a medal. But what's going to be the podium? What's going to be the podium? Let me know your expectations. But yo, Serdar, welcome, man. Thanks for the support. We started Link at like, I think, minute 56 or something, 57. Got to keep track of the timestamps. Got to put them in the video when I'm traveling to my friends later. Okay, dot link, dot not. Okay. Okay, MATIC climb. So let's have a look at MATIC here. MATIC. Oh. Also, MATIC finally took the low. So this is what I like to see. So price had quite a big move down, and as explained, we started moving sideways for such a long period of time. It's just not bullish. But anyway, now we took the low, so that's cool. And we also finally moved down to support. It was about time. Wow. Yo. Oh, that's amazing. I love technical analysis. Oh yeah, we should do the wheel as well. I've been doing the list at the moment, the highest voted ones. I'd love to see it. That's very nice. So yeah, this was our support box, which is where we are right now. Okay. Okay. So also here, of course, approaching the lower end of the range, below the point of control. Value area low, still a little bit lower. 0.48. It's one of the confluences in the box that we have, the target box, which is where we are now. Now the thing with the 886 here is I can't pull an 886 from this low to the high. And I still have to make an 886 video for the educational playlist on YouTube about Elliott waves. You only want to take an 886 from a very fresh low or fresh high, not a higher low or higher high, because now you have the risk of this being a WXY potentially. And then yes, you can take the 886 from the low you have here to the high, and you're going to be like, oh look, it hit. You know, we hit the 886, and that's true. You hit the 886. However, now you can't necessarily say probabilities are higher to take this low because of this being the second higher low, second higher low. And that could mean WXY, and then there is that chance of continuation. Or even in a WXY, most commonly you do take the low. It's just that you can't have you can't use the 886 anymore for your probabilities. The only thing we know now is this low being the end of a corrective structure has low probabilities. Probabilities are low that this is a wave 1, wave 2, continuation up. Because of the 886, rare for a wave 2, common for a wave B or a wave X, right? Increasing the probabilities that this is corrective, this is corrective of a part of a bigger corrective structure. So that is what we can say now. But we can't use that 886 locally from the low to the high here. Now macro bull, what are we looking at here? Oh, got to go to a monthly. There is, of course, would it be? For a short second, I thought about triangles. Of course, your invalidation in that case would be the low. A, B, C, D, and then if this is E, and you have a finished, that would be too low. So okay, a little bit of can we still get a flat here? That would be something. Oh, that's interesting. So there's definitely the potential for a flat. Oh yeah, so okay, we didn't even touch the 382 here. It definitely starts to be interesting to look for a bounce on MATIC. Would be quite nutty. Monthly, weekly. Let's see. Point of control. Value area high. Okay, it's all around the same. So this is quite an important area. And this is also, of course, with the golden pocket, quite important. Okay, do this, do that. You want to get back in the range though. Yeah. Important support, but so what would be good to see, and from an Elliott wave point of view, definitely has probabilities on its side, is we had quite a long range here. So either we're counting a 5-waver, doesn't really matter, or we have a 3-wave finished. But then if you look for WXY or an ABC or even a bigger ABC 535, you you want price to at least retrace to the 382. It's very rare for wave B and an ABC, wave X and a WXY, and impulse 1, 2, 3 to not at least hit the 382 that you then take from the high to this low here. So it's on MATIC, it's definitely interesting to look for signs of strength locally here. Now, mind you, the value area low is still a little bit lower. We did hit the box, so we hit the weekly, and this is definitely an area of interest to look for a bounce towards the upside here. Altcoins are so crazy, with regards to like percentage stuff. Invalidation is of course very clear. I mean, below this box, there's what? There's nothing. There's nada. I mean, if you're gonna lose this support, probabilities are going to be very high for price to take out this low. And then we do have some support down here again. So this is the next area of interest. 0.21. Holy moly, that's a big move down, though. I mean, if you want to go that far, then Bitcoin needs to have a problem as well, no? So, yes. Okay, let's keep this on the chart. Make it a group. There we go. We are at the common target area for a flat, which is here. So it's interesting to look for signs of strength. One of the signs of strength would be to re-enter this range. So if you can get back inside this range, that's better. Getting back inside this range, and then it's just range trading. You would trade to the other side. Volume of this range. It's volume profile is very high, man. Like the value area low is in the middle of the range. Like what the fuck? That's crazy. That's of course because, I mean, we pretty much did this. You broke the trend line if you like trading trend lines, and down you went. It's very clear. But yeah, of course, getting back inside the volume profile, but then you have to wait till 0.67 would be the best. And then probabilities are still high to then after this, yeah, still looking for like 30% minimum. So yeah, this is now an area on MATIC where looking for some signs of strength is interesting. So local structures, volume, maybe the indicators you're using. If you use CVD on MATIC, you can use CVD on MATIC as well. And with regards to scenarios here, bullish wave 4 price action. So the move from the all-time high down here, right? Going to a 3-day. So yes, you could have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but if this is your 2, and we take a fib time from the start to the end to your 4, and we toggle on the 1-to-1, then you can see your wave 4 is shorter than 2. So this range is shorter than your 2 here, which lowers the probabilities that this is an impulse. It increases probabilities this is corrective. There's the potential for an A, B, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a wave C. Makes a lot more sense. But that opens, so if this is an A, B, C, right? So we have our A, and we have a B, and then we have a wave C. By the way, increases probabilities on the weekly to still look for all-time highs on MATIC sooner or later. But an ABC does give a lot of different options when you think about Elliott wave corrections. Because an ABC down, a zigzag, can be the beginning of a triangle, can be a wave W, right, as well, can be wave A of a flat. Right? So there's many different possibilities. So you can have your A, B, C, D, preferably E. You don't want to take this low. That would be an invalidation of what I show here. But then you're at the lower end of your E, hitting support, and you want to continue, right? So there's the potential for a triangle. Otherwise, you're going to be thinking about W, X, Y, right? So you're going to continue this range, W, X, Y, range on top of the white box that we have here, that we have hit. The white box is structural support, important. So you're just gonna W, X, Y, right? Flat structure would be A, B, C, but that has low probabilities because of the size of this range. So it makes much more sense to think about a triangle here at the moment or a sideways double combo for WXY behavior, which in other words means that you're just in this range. You don't expect price to move down here and you look up on MATIC. That's the highest probability. So that's that. Yeah, bearish scenario has lower probabilities at the moment. At the moment, at least. So, because the bearish scenario, by the way, let me at least cover the bearish scenario would be 1, 2, finito. One is in, you look for a deeper 2. The problem with your deep 2 is that your final area of support is this little weekly order block at 0.20. If you lose this, there is nothing. And then you go all the way back down here, which is 0.03. Now imagine in the bull market of Bitcoin, MATIC dumping all the way down for almost 100% move. Unless there is some random black swan event, of course, that's low probabilities. So, yeah. What's up, guys? Yo, Mark, how you doing? Yo, Cederom. Yup, I'm not even. So I don't do personal requests. It's about voting, but if it's not in the vote, then let me do the Wheel of Fortune now. It's always interesting. Which ones? Oh, wait, let me refresh. Unfortunately, I don't really. I don't have much time, by the way. Like I have like 10 minutes. So we did Sol, we did. Let me. The only reason I do this now, like this, including like I copy it from the votes, is because then at least we have a vote. Oh, what the fuck? Let me do this differently. I'm gonna do this differently. I'm just gonna ask chat. So that takes too long. I don't have that time. Paste, Control A, Control C. Dump it in here. And there we go. Click to spin. So if something is picked, I want someone in the chat to say, I'm interested in this. If not, then we just skip it. Okay, boom. Anyone? Because no one voted, I think for... Wait. What am I doing? We just look at the vote. No, I thought so. Right, and then we do this. I got a new idea. Okay, and then we check for boom. Boom, it did have 2 votes, so it's something. What the fuck is boom? But I think, okay, so the people that voted boom are probably not even here anymore. Oh. Okay, then we just skip it. I want people to be here. They're already gone, yeah, probably, Mark. What the fuck? Portal? Had 0 votes. Okay, so that's clear. Well, it's going nicely. We actually did many. For the people that just joined, Sol, near ETH.link and MATIC have been covered. Also 0. Yo, I can better just follow the list, yo. Like, what the fuck? There's of course so many that have 0. Yeah, this doesn't work. What is this? Yeah, whatever. We just go, we don't do Wheel of Fortune. I don't have the time. I only have a few minutes left, so let me just refresh here. We did link near dots. What is not? Not. Mari from South Africa. You know what? My wife is there. She's currently in Cape Town. What are we looking at? Not. I don't actually think I have not. So my wife is visiting family at the moment. Yo guys, what's a good chart for not? Do we know? Do we use the tether pair? Don't give me the... Oh man, you can't analyze these charts. Is this it? That's literally, that's the chart? Oh no. It doesn't make sense to analyze this, guys. What the fuck? You're in Cape Town as well? Look at you go. You guys are close. I don't even know what chart I need, but I would start counting from the low here. Come on. Highest amount of volume in the high. Yeah, that's not great. You can't analyze this rubbish. Bybit. Also, yeah. Ah, well, we can at least we can have a look, but one, two, three. If this is 4, oh wait, let me write down the time. I do have an idea. Because this moved down, if we want to count an impulse, which would be very bearish, you want to count 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5 of some sort, or at least a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The problem you have here is that price created overlap. So we can't count it an impulse, which means we then need a double 1, 2. So we need some sort of like 1, 2, 1, 2 down. So in other words, you're still looking for a bit of a bounce here, or not towards the upside, right? Preferably maybe here or here. So a little bit of a move up before the potential of a bigger retracement, because oh no, wait, we can't have a double 1, 2 because this being counted as an impulse has low probabilities. Never mind. So then we need a diagonal, but too early to call diagonal. So on not, probabilities are higher. This move down is corrective, increasing the probabilities to still look for this high at a later stage. This is your most important support, right? Structural support. Keep an eye on this. That's your most important support. Also, the 0.5 is there. Your point of control is a little bit lower. It's actually just below the range. Ooh, golden pocket with the point of control. Oh, that wasn't, I need this one. And then, imagine going short on a point of control. Okay, these are your two areas of interest, clearly. Yes, so there you go. Preferably actually, in like when looking at the chart, you at least go down a little bit more to hit this, but this is important support. If you lose this, your next support is the next range. So when you have this type of stuff, your next areas of support, and you'll notice this on new coins, is always the previous range. That's what you're looking for, because there's like no support here. So of course, naturally you expect price to move down. So keep an eye on those ranges, but yeah, on a high time frame, high probability, it's corrective. So you would arguably still look for a price to move up. So here you go, exactly. Okay, guys, it's time for me to go though. I gotta go to my friends. So yeah, we did Solana, near ETH.link, MATIC, and not. And I will put the timestamps in as well after ending the video. Now, if you haven't seen the Bitcoin update, make sure to check it. We almost actually created a wick on the daily. We have to go a little bit lower though. But yeah, it's time for me to go to my friends, watch some Formula One. I won't be live this afternoon. This evening, I'm not sure if I can do an update. Probably not, because I, very likely gonna have dinner with my friends, and it's gonna get quite late. And by the time I'm back, it's probably just going straight to bed. And then tomorrow morning will be the next Bitcoin update. But the update of this morning covered pretty much everything I'm looking for on Bitcoin, right? So make sure to check that one out. Ashley Koert, by the way. South Africa, Overberg. Yo, all the South Africans here. I love it. I'm married, guys. I'm married to a South African as well. God, I love that country, man. Yeah, my wife's from the Cape Town area. She grew up in Bloberg. But cheers, Ashley. And my wife is Ashley with double E, but I do know Ashley with a Y is a popular name for both males and females, actually. Cheers, everyone. Thanks for being here. Thanks for voting. Thanks for participating. Thanks for hanging out, spending some time on your valuable Sunday with me on the stream. So the next piece of content is probably going to be tomorrow morning, which of course is then going to be Bitcoin focused. Another Bitcoin update on the chart in this live stream. Timestamps will come. I'll do that when I'm traveling. So we've done Solana, near ETH, Link, MATIC, and then NOT. So those are the coins we did today. And Sol started at 21.20 in the live stream. So that's where kind of like the analysis started. Near at 30 minutes, ETH at 38-ish, DOT at 45-ish, Link at like 57, MATIC at around 115, and NOT at like 127. So there you go. So yeah, thanks everyone for hanging out. Time to move on. And I'll be catching you tomorrow. Tomorrow is a new day, new live stream as well. Let's have a look here. I don't have any, I have a meeting, but that's in the morning. I have a branding meeting and marketing meeting tomorrow. Exciting. I look forward to it. So, cheers everyone. Have a good day. Thanks, Mark, for popping in. Thanks, maybe a Band-Aid for popping in earlier as well. Always thank the mods, right? Cheers, guys. Have a good Sunday as well. And to all of you, enjoy your day. See you tomorrow.